I got a chance to spend time in Maui with the HECO lawsuit team who are helping those affected by the wildfires. And one in particular, her name is Astrid Magallon, was so emotionally affected by the fires and what she experienced that she quickly became a client and then took things to the very next level. Here's her story. Do you work and live in Lahaina?
No, I live and reside in Kihei, but I would commute. I was working Front Street, Lahaina. I had been working there
Front Street?
Front Street.
Right there?
Right there for the past 6 years.
Were you working at the time of the wildfires or were you safely at home in Kihei?
I was not safely at home. I did commute that day. I couldn't get to Front Street, so I made the decision to go to a friend's house. I think I arrived there like 10, and at the time, pretty much all of the main streets were backed up. And then around 12:30, the weather really changed and the wind started getting very, very strong. That's the first thing that was alarming and scary. That's pretty much where everything really got intense, like at 2, 3. That was the first burning, I want to say. I don't know how I had phone reception. A lot of people didn't have phone reception. I called my mother and I told her, my mom recalls me telling her, I'm not gonna make it out of here. Just kind of said like my goodbyes. Right after I spoke with her, I remember going to my friend and saying like, let's please get out. We drove 1 block and then there was cars.
Stopped.
So he literally said, I'm gonna go around the corner and see what's going on. Not even 5 seconds. He made a loop, came back, and he's like, park the car right there, let's go. And I was like trembling. But there were people there that tried to get us off of the moped because it was like survival. And then we got back on and the same thing. And then we crashed again. At this point, the fire was huge. The smoke was black, like thick, thick, thick. And I could feel the fire. So at that point, I remember thinking, that's it. I thought I'm gonna burn. And I thought, God, not like this. And at one point, I didn't even see him anymore because the smoke was so thick. At the time, I had this huge bruise. He said that he just grabbed me and grabbed the moped, and then I felt like I just leaped onto the moped, and then I just felt like a direct drive, smoke, 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 and then it was clear, and we ended up right outside like the Safeway area.
You folks made it through?
Yeah, barely. Barely.
Ashton, that is
It was a lot.
Incredibly harrowing story of going through all of that. And then you end up here.
Correct, yeah.
As a client.
As a client, I don't have the mind to be looking for lawyers right now, and I don't want to be looking to somebody that doesn't know Maui, that's somebody that's not from here. I have never worked with lawyers, and so Jan came as help, truly, to this situation.
And now you go from client to joining the team.
Correct. And that was also, I feel very, 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 very fortunate. The team is supportive, empathetic. I can't say enough good things.
What a crazy experience, almost burning in the fire itself. But there are other families out there that have experienced what you went through and more.
Absolutely.
What would you say to them?
To my capacity, right? I feel very sorry for what we're experiencing, and I also want to say that we're here to be of support, that they're not alone. It's hard for us to express, figure out how to heal from this. It's gonna take time, and that I am very happy that there are people that are looking for justice in this, to rebuild their homes, rebuild Lahaina, that we have to have hope and feel secure that there will be a future because we are here. We're gonna do our best for them. I'm gonna do the best.
Wow. Gut-wrenching. Yep. So very grateful that Astrid was willing to share her story. On August 8th, she was fighting for her life. Then a few weeks later, goes in as a client to HECO lawsuit, and shortly after that, joins the team because she believes in their cause.
Yeah. Thank you so much for making that trip, Nina girl. And a lot of times when we get busy in our lives, people tend to move on, and just get wrapped up in their daily routines. But I thank you for doing that, and Astrid for being bold enough to share her story so that we can remember that there are people who are still hurting.
Yep, absolutely.
So thank you for doing that.